Good morning. Hello. Happy Monday. There was no music this morning because I couldn't get the website that I usually use to load. So that was interesting. Maybe next time. I was also looking at different options. So apparently the music that you're allowed to use on Twitch is not the same as the music allowed to use on YouTube. There's some overlap, but also like maybe not. I'll have to continue looking into that. So I might just can I don't know. I'm hesitant about spot what is it? It's the it starts with pretzel. That's what it is. I was gonna say like it's a pastry, but pretzels aren't pastries. I'm hesitant about it because I've gotten like claims on it before. Well, at least on YouTube, which is not cool. So uh although that was like a year or two ago, but it does make me a little bit hesitant. So, anyways, moving on. Today we're gonna continue working on I think what we started last time was joins. I think we're gonna continue working on joins. Right. So I'm thinking basic joins. And then I don't know if there's like advanced joins that we want to go into, or maybe this will just be it. And then I want to look into like maybe an assessment of some kind that we can do. All right. So how far did we get with this? We'll start with the database that has three tables. We've also seeded these tables with some games and platforms. Okay, so we have the basics of that. And this is assuming that we already know how to run those seeds. Uh, so then it's time to actually run the queries on this. All right, let's create a new. First of all, let's set up Docker. Okay, so we have games, game platforms, and platforms. That's I think that yeah, that's right. Okay, so this is all correct. We have all this information here. I think that's good. So then the next one to do would be to probably start writing this stuff. So let's do a so let's see, Tokyo sqlx dot env and error. And then what do I want to do with this? I want to guess like once we have this set up, oh, we want to probably just get a basic connection going. which I am right now because I don't actually have that. So let's create that. Okay, so we have our database URI. We can create our pool next. Okay, so that's our pool. Okay, so we basically starting with a connection to the database. Okay, so we have also seeded platforms. Um, so code setup. We are beginning with a basic okay, so we're beginning with a basic program that has a connection to the Postgres database. All right, so to begin, I'm thinking that if we're essentially getting with want to do one to one, and this would allow me to do many to many, I believe. So therefore, let's I think we're going to start with the models. What is this? This is going to be db models.rs. We've already done the lesson on this one, so I don't think we need to do anything special here. I probably want to, okay, touch live.rs. Want to take db. Okay, so we create those two. All right, so we have our models here. So we have two models that we care about, even though we have three tables. So we have a game. We have a game, and we have a platform. And the platform is really just a name. Oh, but it has an ID. So yeah, this is a struct too. So for each of these, we have an ID, which is going to be an I32, required in the database. We also have a name, which is required and unique. Okay, let's pop a derived debug on this too. Hello, Stacking. Happy Indigenous Peoples Day for my fellow Americans. Um, oh yeah, I saw something about that on the calendar, and I completely forgot about it this morning. Um, for some reason, those are showing up like 4 times on my calendars, like all of the sort of like holiday days. But anyways, good morning. How are you doing today? Like every Monday, it's a Monday. Were you able to take care of your surgery stuff? I remember it was lots of doctor talking last week, but no like necessarily forward movement. Let's see. Okay, so we have these as our models, and so now we can just do very basic. So we need to play around with this a little bit. So let's create NDB. I guess like queries. And inside of here, we're going to throw in, what do we want to put in here? Probably, let's, I guess we'll just jump in with a simple join. We can say, I want to get all of the, if I just do a single one join, Guess in this case, like because I have a join table to many, it's almost like I don't really have a one join on here. It's just getting everything. That's fine. Many to many is like the most complicated one. So unfortunately, more calls today for the American. Unfortunately, more calls today for the Americans. They know how impossible it is to get special doctors. Oh yeah, specialists. Do you at least get insurance with that? Because the specialists that we found are like, yeah, we don't deal with insurance anymore. It's like such a crap shot for them that they're like, yeah, it'll just be cheaper if we just don't do insurance for you and less of a headache for us. Okay, so let's get public async function. We want to get games and platforms. www.mww. I know it's not all the dubs, but sorry. Hello. Good morning. When you have a struct like that, when you have like a struct that one of its fields holds a vec of another struct, do you go with that many to many? Something like struct user id i32 post vec of post and then struct. We're gonna play around with it. We're gonna sort of see how I feel about it. I might want to create another struct. So if we take a look at our models here, so I like to at least create like a struct of the individual ones, but then I might want to create another one, maybe, because otherwise, like game doesn't, we may not always get the platform. So if I do add something like that in here, it would have to be an option, which I'm not super thrilled about. But maybe it's the appropriate thing to do. I'm not sure. Let's play around with it. I've done that. I've done all of them in the past, and I keep on going back and forth with like every single option. So we'll figure it out. Oh, don't worry about the big wall of text. It's fine. One thing I'm lucky on is the insurance front. That's why I pretty much stayed with one company. Oh, that's good. That's very good. Also, something that I don't think very many non-Americans have to deal with, but a fun thing. Dottie, hello. How are you doing today? Good afternoon. Okay, so we'll be back to the models to figure that out. So we're gonna start with get the games and platforms together. So we're gonna start with a pool. Yeah, be careful with structs inside of structs. With ORMs, that's where the ORMs love to slap joins instead of joins, and you get hit hard with performance. Now, of course, we're not in an ORM, so it's really going to be us, but it's also us going to be like, okay, this is what it's going to look like now. And we're going to use query as, so that's where it's going to coerce the returning result with what we want it to be. That's going to be interesting. Okay, get games and platforms. Let's take in the pool. So we have a pool, which is going to be a pool. Postgres. And we're just going to get all the games, so I don't need to filter for anything. I'm going to return a result with something. Because it's going to be both, right? So I want something. And then we can let our okay, so if I want to get we want to do a query for let our result. So I guess we could just do like, yeah, let's just do a result for right now. I'm gonna do a sqlx. I'm gonna do a query as. So we need a type here, right? So the type, like if I use game, but I'm getting both of them together, that's obviously not going to work out well for us. Should we build this up and say like, hey, we're going to start with game, and then we can just say, okay, we want to select star from games. Now, normally, actually, we start from the other one, don't we? Because if you're going to join both of them, does that matter? Not really. I could start with actually any one and get all the information that I need. So if I start from games, so select star from games, and then we have a game. It's like great, wonderful. We want to fetch all, and we want to await and question mark. Yes. Okay, and you're upset. That's fine. We'll throw a to do in here. You're upset here. Cannot find struct variant or union type game in a scope. We can fix that. No such field. Game has no such. Oh, right. It's game ID, not ID. Oops. Oh, but it's not quite like that. Because you're actually platform ID. Okay, back to you. Okay, so no, you're not happy. The field. Oh, they need to be public. Okay. Okay. Now we're happy. So we have a vec of these games. I brought Zilbia's food down here because he didn't eat very much before he decided to go run around and look at all the windows and everything. So I brought it down and I've attracted him. We'll see if he hangs out with us and jumps up to the jumps up or not. Okay, so now I want to do I want to do just a join. We're gonna go straight to the join table from this. So not there. So select star. Now, can I do I do this or do I do a the R sharp thing? I'm guessing R sharp, but it's also SQL, so it may not care about this. So if select star from games, we're going to join. We're going to join game platform on game platform dot game ID is equal to. Now I can't use game ID because that's we don't know which one it is. It's going to be games dot game ID. No such field game IDs. Specified more than once. Okay, hold on. This is hard to read. No such field. Field game ID specified more than once. Used more than once. Selby, want to hang out? Want to come up here? Yes. Field game ID specified more than once. First use of game ID. Wait. Struct game has no field named platform ID. Oh, wait. No, wait. When did I use platform ID on here? Oh, it's trying to coerce into here, and that's causing the problem. Okay, so let's create a struct here to sort of play around with this. So if we have a struct, yeah, so we're gonna have to have a struct game platform. We'll go ahead and derive this. And this is gonna have to have a pub game ID is gonna be an I32. So if I do something like this, it's attempting to pull these out, but I probably here want I probably here want to do something else. Is 30K TC for 3 years is bad? What's TC? Also, hello Rhodium Man. Something contract? Oh, total compensation. It's gonna have to depend on where you're living. So for example, 30K for 3 years in America is very bad. But I don't know so I don't know what it is. Is there anybody else in India who knows that information? Because if you do, then that'd probably be really good to have. Now, so if I throw this in here and we use game platform, now it's going to say, hey, you have no field name because I'm getting a star, that's getting a star from both of these together. So we need name. So we have game ID, platform ID. Oh, but it's trying to do both of them together, I think. So pub name is going to be a string. And then game ID is specified more than once. So we have game ID twice in here. So what I probably want to do is say, hey, we really don't want that. We just want games dot. How about this? If I do games dot star with that, then we can go back to just having game. And I don't care about the game platform anymore. It still gives me a vec of games, but I've joined in game platform. Philby, you're very close to the camera. What are you seeing? Okay, hold on. Let me make sure there's no spider over there that he's gonna mutilate. There is a spider over there he's gonna mutilate. Hold on. I need to take care of that really quickly. I'll be right back. Okay, I put a heavy glass over it. And I'll take it out later, or Zilby will knock over the glass and then have access to the spider. So good luck, spider. In US, what is the average for 3 years experience back in dev? I mean, again, it's very, very dependent upon location. Most of the big companies you can find what they are, but like if you work for Google, that's going to be very different than working for pretty much any other company. So there's the Fang. Wait, they're no longer called Fang. They're Mang companies, um, manga companies. Um, so you have Meta, Amazon, Google, Netflix. I don't know if they're considered that anymore. Um, Apple. So you have like those the big, big, big companies in Silicon Valley. They pay a lot of money when you're there. They don't pay quite as much money if you're not in Silicon Valley working right there. And then you have what is it called? Then you have sort of like mid-level companies. So companies that aren't like gigantic huge, but they're pretty big. They're paying a lot more. So like with a back-end dev, 3 years of experience, they would consider that very junior for like the big companies. That would probably be like for Google and other stuff. I've heard like 150,000 or so um per year. Again, I don't even think I could get that. Those, I don't think I can get those jobs. I don't think I can pass the interviews for Google. Although I've never tried, but I've heard that they're very hard. Um, for like 3 years of experience with like a mid-level company, it might be somewhere closer to like 120,000 per year. These are per year, too. Just so just a heads up. I'm not talking about 3 years. Um, Now, cost of living here is much higher too. So like you're probably going to be paying just to live in Silicon Valley, you're probably going to be paying like $3,000 a month minimum. And that might just be your rent. Like so then you have to pay for internet, and utilities and food and other things, and like everybody over there knows you have money, and so the prices are all much higher. So it's cost of living in the Silicon Valley is very high. Which is why a lot of people, if they can't afford to live in there, have to like essentially bus in from farther out. But even then, it's not going to be cheap. Okay, so there's that. Outside of there, it gets really weird. Like here in Colorado, it's significantly cheaper. Even though our cost of living is rising and getting closer, not quite there to Silicon Valley, our wages haven't been rising really like at all. So you could expect a mid-level uh I guess like you can expect a junior who has like several years of experience to be making minimum $80,000 a year, and you sort of like cap that out closer to like 90 or something like that. But then after that, it gets weird because mid level ends up like coming into play, and mid level is this huge bucket that can go like you're basically like mid level for a long time, and then you're senior, and then after that you can be staff and other things. And staff is where you get into like just insane amounts of compensation, but also the expectations of you are pretty high too. So the problem is that none of that I don't think is comparable outside of the US. So sorry about that. Sylvie, you want to come hang out? You don't have to look at the glass. There's a cardboard box up here. Okay. He wants to just look at the cardboard box. Oh, sorry. He wants to just look at the spider in the glass. Okay, so this is we're getting games and we've done that. Now I want to if I join in the other one too. So we do join uh platform on so this is gonna be it's platforms platforms dot id is gonna be equal to game platform dot platform id. Okay, so if we do that, now once again we're okay. So now we're probably back to using this one again. So game platform. Even if I'm just doing games out of here. Actually, why does this not care? Why does that not work? Because I'm still only getting game stuff. Oh, platforms does not ID. Right. Because it's platforms.platform ID. Okay, so this works, but I'm not actually getting back and can't do anything with the platform. So here, let's update this. So we'll have I don't want any of those things. We would want the games, which would be a vec of would that be the case? No, this would not be a vec inside of here. This would just be a game, and then we have the platform, which would be a platform. So then, is that right, or is this going to be all like joined together in like a single thing? I do game platform. Give me if I want star, it's not going to work. What are you upset about? Confine type platform. Import you. Okay, so that's happy. And then you were no such field. Game ID, platform ID. So I could, if I want to do star, we have to have a game ID. Say I32 platform ID, which is an I32. Game platform has no field named name. Right. Okay. That's the problem. Is that this is all flat. This is flat coming out, as opposed to like different objects that are being stitched together in here. So really, a game platform is going to be like I would need to like do the equivalent of like bringing this out and like saying, hey, extract out the game into here. So really, I want something like game name. You're gonna be a string, and I want platform name, and you're gonna be a string. Which means we need to be careful with you. We have to say, okay, we want the okay, so we want game platform, game ID, game platform, platform ID. We want the games.name. Games.name as game name, and platforms.name as platform name. Not pleasant, but that works. Okay. Kind of want to make this look a little bit nicer. Okay, and then we'll do that. Okay, so this is what we're grabbing back then. So a game platform. So we really don't have models at all, and at this point in time. So perhaps, yeah. So then, if we get this back, oh, I probably want to turn this in to something that looks more like the other things. This is going to be like a private struct in here for like what we're going to get back. So maybe we can say like game platform result. And I want to create a new type in here that's just going to be that game and the platforms together. So in that case, let's see. That would be a. Normally we'd start with like a games. So we have a games with platforms. And really this is going to be game with platforms. We'll have the maybe to show off like the change of it, we'll have like the ID is going to be 932. We're going to have the name. It's going to be a string. We have to have a string. And we're going to have a platforms, which is going to be a vec of, and then that would be that platform. And taking this struct, I want to do a from. Oh, I probably want to do a from. So we're going to do an impl from game platform result. So impl from for game with platforms. Okay, we do that. All right, so we want to turn this into there. So we want to do a self. We're going to have the ID is going to be value dot the game ID. We're going to have the name. That's going to be value dot game name. But we can have like a multiple platforms here. Do we have that in a database? It's like we have these games and we have platforms. No, I don't have something like that. So here, let's add one in. Let's insert into game platform game ID platform ID values. Okay, so game ID is going to be here Stardew Valley. We have Stardew Valley on. It's already on Switch, so we're going to also own it on Steam. So if we do that, now this is a vector. We're going to get a vector of game platform results, And so I now need to I need to loop through them to create these. I can think of a couple different ways to do this nicely. I can create a lookup table, like a hash map, essentially. And then that would pull them in. That then I could pull them in from whatever the appropriate games is. Or let's see, what other options do I have here? It's like because when we get to Stardew Valley, so we're gonna get to this isn't here twice. So when I get game platform result, we're gonna have a platform ID of 5, game ID of like 9, and then another one, platform ID of 6, game ID of 9. So if I want to loop through one time only, I can start creating games. I could put them in a hash map so it's easy to look up, so I don't have to do like a sub loop for this. And when I search for when I find a game that doesn't exist, okay, that we insert it. When I find a game that does exist, it must mean it's a different platform, so I add it to the platforms. I think that's what we got to do here. At least then it's just a single loop through and not a double loop, because the double loop is where if you have like a ton of data, it's gonna suck a lot. Can you think of a better way of doing this? Because I don't think I can get like the results in such a position where I can just auto like have survey or something give the answer to me. All right. I don't think Zilby is coming back to us. I think he's happy watching Spider TV. So the problem with this, with doing an impl like this, is I just have a single game platform result. I need to do this with a vec like that. So if I have a vec of you, then we need to. I think wouldn't sqlx handle that for you? Does it? Let's go find. Let's go ask. If it can. I didn't think that it could. Or at least I didn't see it in a cursory look through. But I have been known to not actually see or read things properly. So let's try it again. All right. So runtime support. Okay, support stuff. Conversions between REST and SQL types, but I don't think that's exactly what we're talking about. But we can take a look at it. Provides decode for decoding values from the database. We could take a look at that. Then there's different traits, which I don't know if that helps us. Okay, types. Yeah, these are going to be like just basic types. So like time, decimals, ints, things like that. Chrono stuff. Okay, so that's not. User-defined enumerations are supported through a derive for type. That could be interesting, where we can do something like that, and then it has the ID of it in for the platform. But I don't think that helps too much. I mean, I wouldn't really say this is too much of an example. Unless it gets turning as like, okay, it's turning into a stir. Now you can parse this into your type, assuming there is a from stir. But again, that's not the same thing that we're looking at. So I don't think so. I don't uh there's nothing from here, and I don't remember that they had any better documentation. Like this is the documentation. Their repo has like basic usage stuff, but not that's not really showing any joins or anything else. You just check the examples in the repo, and that's not useful either. Let's see. Can I find the word join on this page? No, the word join doesn't even appear on this page, or in the documentation. That's cool. What did they have in the examples? Is it just basics? Just basics? Okay. That's what I figured. Yeah, so like it's basic CRUD. They have basic CRUD. All right. So if we come here and we do a search inside of sqlx for the word join. So search this in this repo. What's this? So there's a plan here. Which is a join type. But oh, wait, is this in connection? So this is not the same thing. Oh, this is literally like a plan from like a Postgres or something connection. So I don't think that's the same. Source RT mod. They have a join handle for a task. Okay, so they have examples of list all posts that has the join. Okay, are you going to use this? Okay, so queries. That was list all posts. Post with author query. Post with author query has, okay, so post ID title. Oh yeah, look at that. It's not a there's no vectors or something. So that's a one-to-one join, not a many-to-many. Yeah, it's just like get the author, get who the author is for that post. There's one author for our post, so therefore it's just printed out directly. All right. So that's too bad. This is by the way, the many to many is the thing that when we did our assessment when I was teaching, we ensured that there was a many to many in there, and that's the thing that screwed up the students the most often. Okay, so these are, oh, these are tests with macros. Okay, some more examples for comment. So inner join user, but yeah, again, it's just like getting the interesting the thing. Oh, it's gonna be possible. The question is, yeah, how exactly we do that. All right, you have a link to an issue. Okay, so we have a one-to-many, so we have a consumable, and we have a serving. This is basically its basics here, and then in serving we have a consumable ID, so we can have many servings for one consumable. Is that right, or is it the other way? No, it's gonna be that way around. Yeah, or maybe it's many consumables for one serving. Okay, and so you have your consumable and your serving. Is there a way to write a query with query as that will directly write to an instance of consumable? There's another thing there. Oh, that's painful. Just use an ORM. Wait a second. When did it get closed? Looks like you need an as serving, vec serving. Wait, where do they put that? Oh, as servings, vec serving. Interesting. Oh, okay. Let's try it. Okay, so we have the game of the platform elsewhere. So let's switch to R sharp. Okay, so select yes, this is in a select. Oh, and then they do this. Oh, I don't think I've ever tried that. Hold on. I want to see what this does without the vec serving, but in raw SQL. So if we inside of here do select star from, I guess we'll go from the middle and we'll go out, right? Yeah, he was close. He just had a typo. I think you're right. So we'll do a game platform. Oh wait, would I do want to do that? No, I want to do games. So go from games. So select star from games. We'll build this out one at a time, right? So we do that. They're going to join game platform on game platform dot game ID is equal to games dot game ID. Okay, that gives me those three. But I want to start doing, we get star from games. So I want to do games.star and then everything else. So that would be game. Okay, so I don't care about I don't care about the other one, so we want to join again. So join platforms on platforms dot platform ID is equal to game platform dot platform ID. Okay. Syntax error near that. Now if I don't have anything special, that's all of these. Oh, that's game ID. We do star. That shows us everything, right? Now I want to say give me, and what did he do? He did, okay, so give me games.star, and then I want to do the other things together. So games.star, and then the other things together. So we want platforms dot, let's say platforms.star. Or even I can just do platforms dot platform ID, platforms dot name. Ooh, look at that. I didn't realize that you could do that. Now I don't think I can as it here in actual SQL, but we can try. As because then it's like this thing where it's like a weird vec, which like there's no way I can say like, hey, be something like a string. It's going, yeah, it's gonna literally turn that into an actual like the name of the thing. But this is good. Oh, Zilby, are you joining us again? Cool. Are you done watching Spider Theater? Yeah, Spider's still in there for just fine. He didn't knock over the cup. Okay, so we're going to select. We want, let's restart this. So we want games.star. So give me everything there. And then we're gonna have a tuple type here with a platforms dot platform ID, platforms dot name, and then here this won't be a game platform result anymore. Now I want this to be game with platforms like this. As and then this was a string. So this will be platforms, colon, and it's a vec of platform, like that. Now I didn't put quotes around it, so I think I have to do quotes for you, and a quote for you. No such field. The trait bound for a platform decode postgres is not satisfied. Oh, so I think I have to put a decode in here, don't I? It was servings that he did this on. So yeah, servings. So for a serving, we have a derive. So from row. Okay, so we could do a derive from row. They have sqlx from row twice in here. It's probably a mistake. Okay, so make sure you're saved. Go into models. sqlx from row. Yeah, and your game with platforms. Okay, so you're like that. No such field. The trait bound for a platform sqlx decode postgres is not satisfied. Interesting. So there's things like bool and I8. Is your platform annotated? I don't think so. Let's see what. Oh, sqlx rename serving. Oh. I probably need this. So inside of serving, this is gonna be platforms like that. Unexpected attribute. Okay, so unexpected attribute. Now I have from row on here. Do I also need cert serialized and deserialized? This is literally the same for the from row. There's nothing else here. I could add in a sort of serialize and deserialize and sort of like see how that feels. Does rename come from another feature? We can possibly. It doesn't think about a trait, so unexpected attribute. Let's see if we found that. Let's search across everything. So we want unexpected attribute. Unexpected attribute, okay. Oh. Oh, do I have to derive sqlx type? Oh, that's interesting. No, doesn't like that. Oh, you're asking if it comes from an actual feature. Maybe. Let's take a look at that. I don't know which one of these it would be. It doesn't look. I'm not seeing anything that like sort of shouts out at me. Maybe we can find it in the actual documentation. I searched for rename and I found that. That doesn't seem right. Wait, what's the macro on this? sqlx is the macro. There's a it's a derive macro, which means that it's a re-export. Which I don't think it would be that one though, right? Okay, derive sqlx type. Oh, wasn't oh, it's that sqlx, which it's not really a derive, is it? It's something else. I forget what that is or how that works. Can I search for rename? Oh, no. Didn't mean to click on stuff. There's no rename in there. Interesting. There's no rename in here either. That's a deriving a sqlx type. That was closed in 2020 because it's allowed in now. The only other thing that we were potentially missing is that yeah, perhaps it has all changed. Okay, let's look for rename inside of here. So search for I'll search for that. sqlx macro core derives attributes. Changelog. Rename the sqlx rename attribute used to specify the type name on the database side to sqlx type name. Wait, what? Add support for rename all. So wait, do I want rename all instead? Is this just like that? Unexpected attribute. No. Oh, use type name. Like type name. Okay, so you're still really unhappy here. Okay, but it didn't hate that. It was perfectly fine with that. No such field struct game with platforms. No such field game ID. Available fields are ID. Wait, what? Game with platforms. Okay, got it. So you have to be a game ID. The trait bound vec platform from option vec platform is not satisfied. Oh, okay. So you're going to be an option vec platform. Haha, it's working. It doesn't hate it. Okay, so hold on. It might still hate it. It doesn't hate it. It does not hate it. Okay, so don't get too excited yet. I know. But hey, it like no errors according to Rust Analyzer is a exciting thing. That's always nice. Tea Kettle Drone, hello. Is it normal for Rust Analyzer to consume my entire CPU every time you open Vim? All your CPU is gone. My CPU, I have right now, which obviously we're using Rust Analyzer. I have 81, 82% idle right now. User is 13.89, like going between 12 and 13, 14, somewhere between 10 and 15%. Don't know if I can I find Rust Analyzer? Yeah, okay, Rust Analyzer. I have two Rust Analyzer things. One is using 39.22. Oh, both are using 0% CPU. Interesting. So I have no idea. That does sound not normal. Yes, if I restart. See, is this safe to show? I think it is. So here, let's pin this here. If I restart the LSP, this should show Rust Analyzer. And it's procro Mac. So there it goes. Okay, so it's 113%, now 97.4%, now 11.4%, and now 0. So it went to the moon for like a second, and then I guess like that was half a minute or so, and then it's done and it's down to 0. So is that what you're seeing too, or is it not going back down to 0? Submit to Rome. Hello. How are you doing today? Good morning. Okay, yeah, after about a minute it chills out. You've opened. Yeah, okay, same as you. Okay. Yeah, I guess I just have a ton of available CPU right now, and so therefore it's fine. It doesn't care. Super Cuber, hello. How are you doing? Zilby says hello. He's tired out after watching Spider TV for half the stream. Okay, so I want to run this query and then actually like get the result from it. So, okay. Let's just do this in main. Just because. Oh, actually, you know what? We have a library. We can do this in library. So we're gonna have a pub function run, pub async function run. Oh my gosh. I can hear this construction and it feels like it's shaking the house. I don't know what they're doing. They're like, they must be like ripping up road or something fairly close by. And that's what Zilby got up too, because he could hear it. Okay, so no. I want pool. So you're gonna be a pool with Postgres. Yeah, okay, so as I'm doing stuff, I see Rust Analyzer. It's using like 1 point something, 0.9. It seems to be fine. Um there's these little, yeah, so here's if you want to take a look, where should I put it? Right here. Here's CPU usage. So you could watch Rust Analyzer take CPU or not. Although right now it's 0%, so you can just sort of see like the changes that it does. And let's not worry about that. We'll just do our results. We'll just debug out here. So let's get our results. So these are actually going to be the games. Equals to queries, get games and platforms, and the pool. We'll await, question mark. And let's debug out the games. You're unhappy because I actually need to return something. Let's change. Okay, so you're going to be a vec of game with platforms. And we're going to return result. Oh, okay. Mismet types expected result. Game with platforms doesn't implement. Oh, you're right. Debug there. Okay. Expected in oh right, I need to return you. Private type. Okay, finally. Go to main. And we'll call the run function. What did I call this? This is like some random. TMP. So run, hand it the pool, await, and we'll just unwrap. Okay. Okay, so we're down here with that. I want to run this. Cargo run. Thread main panicked. We did an unwrap. Error value occurred while decoding column 2 encountered an array of 2 dimensions. Only one-dimensional arrays are supported. An array of 2 dimensions, only one-dimensional arrays are supported. Okay, location queries line 9. Uh-oh. Is this what you're talking about? Not getting too excited? Update Rust, there's better panic messages. You're right, there's the new update. Rust up. Update. That was line 9. Okay, so it's here. Yeah, okay, so it's gonna be this thing. So I want to get all the games. So I want to get the game ID and that, and we're gonna get the platform ID and the name as platforms. Vec platform. Okay, so you're done here. Uh, yeah, it did, but it's still pretty fast to recompile these. Is it perhaps the fetch all? We could try a fetch one. Absolutely. I mean, okay, so that didn't change it too much. I can still see the array. It does make it easier to see where I'm finding it. Panicked at, oh, it changed it to main now. Oh, query is line 9. Okay, there it is. Query is line 9. Okay, so let's try it. Let's try a fetch one. Oh, it's no longer a vector. It's no longer a vector. It's now just game with platforms. So you have to now be that. Okay. Same exact thing. Encountered an array of 2 dimensions. Only 1-dimensional arrays are supported. Okay. Now what we're getting back is something that looks like this, right? A vec with string in here. Oh, but it's 2 here. Is that why they're using Serde derives? Are we basically getting CSV here and we're turning that into we don't want this, we want a string, like a single string? Okay, what exactly are they doing here again? That doesn't make sense there. It's definitely interesting. I think we're gonna have to play around with this a little bit more. I want to kind of try the equivalent of that up here. So we had this. So select star. So we have games everything, platformers ID, Okay, so platform ID, platform's name as, and then this was it was like platforms colon like that. Although if I do something like this option, because that's what they ended up requiring me to do, that's then the title of this thing. There, like that. Now, what happens if I change this? So I have time for one experiment, and that's it. So what happens if we come to platform and we say, okay, platform, you no longer have a platform ID. You just have the name. We go to query, our queries here. You're going to be this option vec platform. Okay, and then all we're going to get is that, just the name. Platform's name as that. You're not unhappy. Let's do a where to make sure we're getting. So okay, where games dot game ID is equal to Stardew Valley is game 9. Oh no, I want to be down here. So where you're, it's 9. Okay, you're okay with this. So if we run you again, result unwrap on an error value. Error occurred while decoding column 2 encountered an array of. Oh, well, look at that. I didn't notice that in the first panic. What even is this number? So that's hundreds, thousands, 1 billion, 1.4 billion dimensions. Only one dimensional arrays are supported. What? Yeah, that's my answer too. What? This is not what we got last time, right? Yes, last time we got 2 dimensions. Last time we got 2 dimensions. This time we got 1.4 billion dimensions. Interesting. Hey, stacking. So yeah, we can't normally you can't cast as a vec inside of SQL. We're looking at this closed issue, which supposedly would work. And then this is that 714. So we haven't read through this one yet. So this afternoon, we'll probably read through this issue here and figure out what's going on and how this is going to work. So, okay, well, there's not much in here, but we'll we'll figure this out eventually. The worst case scenario, the absolute worst case scenario, is that you have to grab them both individually, and that's 2 queries, which really sucks. Or no. It's you get them with 1 query, and then you have to map through them to, like, I guess it's a reduce through them to, like, combine it into one thing, which sucks, but it's possible to do. So we'll figure that out this afternoon. And talking about this afternoon, here's my new schedule. So I'll be streaming 7 to 8:30 like normal in the mornings, and then in the afternoons I'll be back at 2:30 every day except Wednesday. I have something going on Wednesday. I have a dentist appointment, so skipping stream to go have my teeth prodded. And then, but then besides that, it'll be 2:30 to 5 every day. Also, instead of free handling a query, you should be using something like dbeaver. Can you get hinting, which is going to help by a mile? Wait, is dbeaver, is that, are you talking about like a Rust plugin thing to get type hinting in at? Or are you talking about like inside of PSQL? Something like that. Do I have Postico? I might have Postico on this computer. I do. Here, we can use Postico this afternoon to look into it, which will give us type hinting as well. But in this case, I think it's a little bit weird. Yeah, so I do have a database manager of some type. We can use that this afternoon. But besides that, we have to figure this out. So we'll get it we'll get it figured out. Anyways, with that being said, I hope that your Mondays go pretty well as a Monday can go. And I will be back this afternoon to continue banging my head against many to manys. So with that, I'll see you then. Bye.